my horror night.
Hey, where can I find Terrifier 2?
Terrifier 2 is going to be in Clown Horror right over there.
Okay.
Welcome to the Last Video Store. I'm your host, Bud Haddonfield. And on today's episode, I figured we talk about 10 underrated slasher movies. Slasher movies has always been one of my favorite subgenre within horror movies. And I feel like a lot of them get a bum rap and a lot of them don't get talked about enough. So, my opinion, no particular order, 10 good underrated slasher movies. Maybe you've seen them, maybe you like them, maybe you dislike them, or maybe you've never heard about them before and you can check them out and you can finally appreciate the art that they are. So sit back and we'll get to them in a minute. The first movie on our list is going to be Camp Massacre, which is a very fun fat camp slasher movie. It was directed by Jim O'Rear and Daniel Emery Taylor, both very funny guys. I liked all their other work. They also play lead characters within this movie. It's pretty much Jim O'Rear's character. He's a producer or host for this fat weight loss reality show. I think it's called By the Pound or something like that. But it's quite hilarious. Al Snow, the wrestler's in here. This one came out in 2014, so exactly 10 years ago. I know it's currently streaming on Tubi, and I reached out to Jim O'Rear a few months back, and he had sent me this awesome intro for the movie, so we're going to include that at the end of our video. So check this one out, Camp Massacre.
And this is where you'll be staying for the next 30 days.
And I hope they have supersized toilets.
They thought it would be easy.
Look at these other losers here. We can't lose this thing.
Come on, you bloated slabs of flesh! Hurry it up!
The cast of By the Pound thought they would be exercising for fame and fortune.
The rules of our game are simple. The gentleman who loses the most weight at the end of our program will emerge the victor and win $1 million.
Damn it, motherfucking go!
I'm literally having an orgasm in my mouth. You want one?
After we win this thing, we're gonna get the prize money. It's all bitches and riches, Hollywood nights.
Little did they know.
I've been dreaming that people are getting murdered.
You know, dreams don't mean anything. I had a dream last night B. Arthur was attacking me with her dick.
It would be a fight for survival.
Let the games begin!
No one's been eliminated or vanishing.
You've all gone mad.
Starring Bree Olson, Dick Warlock, Al Snow, Jim O'Rear, Daniel Emery Taylor, and Scott Tepper. Fat chance they're starving to death.
Does blood stay in your system as long as semen? We can wait this out.
Moving along is going to be Popcorn. Popcorn came out in 1991. This is a really cool slasher movie that takes place in a movie theater that's having like this horror movie marathon. It's filmed in Jamaica, so you hear like a lot of Jamaican music and whatnot. But this one has an all-star cast, just people that you've recognized from other movies within the subgenre. Jill Shallon, I always screw up last names, and this is what I know I'm not getting right, but she was in the original Stepfather, When a Stranger Calls Back, Babes in Toyland, which is not a horror movie, but you know what I'm talking about. And she was in some other ones, I think The Curse 2, The Bite. Yeah, she was kind of a little scream queen, but disappeared and whatnot. Dee Stone, another one. She was in a bunch of awesome movies in the 80s, and she's still working to this day. Tom Villard, who's definitely recognizable. Unfortunately, he passed away, I think, to HIV, maybe 10, 20 years ago. But this is a very fun movie right here. Like I said, a fun slasher movie. And it was directed by Mark Hirers. Again, I fuck up last names all the goddamn time. I know he was one of the actors who was in the Porky's movies. So definitely give this one a shot. This is the DVD right here. I think this one's currently out of print, but Synapse Films had put a Blu-ray out of it. Definitely a great transfer. I have it somewhere. Popcorn.
Before the horror of Halloween, before the fear of Friday the 13th, before the evil of A Nightmare on Elm Street, before them all, there was... Now, 15 years later, he's back.
Oh, yes.
There's something happening here that I've been looking for all of my life. There's smoke. Someone takes her hand. She's running. The same man comes towards her.
I'm in a dream.
I remember the whole thing. Stop!
Are you ready? Popcorn. Buy a bag. Go home in a box.
Next movie on our list is going to be, I think it came out in 2007. It was directed by David Arquette, but it's called The Tripper. I know I included this movie in another list of mine. This is just so great and amazing. Paul Rubens, Thomas Jane, Jason Mewes, all kind of recognizable people that's in here. The little dude from fucking Lady in White, little kid, Lucas Haas. Jamie King, a lot of very recognizable people in this movie. Anyway, it's like some kind of little hippie fest and whatnot, and they got this killer going around dressed up as Ronald Reagan, killing hippies and whatnot. It's really fun. A lot of cool kills. It's filmed excellent. David Arquette really shocked everybody with this. Well, I say everybody who watched it, because this is a lesser heard movie. That's what I was on here for underrated slasher movies, but The Tripper. Definitely check this out if you can. Great. Out of 5 stars, I give it 5 stars. It's absolutely amazing. So, The Tripper.
Every year, thousands of hippies journey to the Redwood Forest to the American Free Love Music Festival.
Where America's best and brightest come to celebrate.
Freedom?
Yes, beer! Anyone know where I could get some beer? This is America!
Do whatever we please.
But this year, they will experience the ultimate buzzkill.
I told you yippies to stay out of the forest.
It's a bad scene, man.
Looks like the critters got to it.
Mighty big critters.
Did you see anybody strange around?
Yeah, there's weirdos all over the place.
Party is over! The show is not over!
I got 2 dead bodies out there and a killer on the loose.
Really? Ronnie?
We can't just sit here.
I'm not going out there with Chuck Manson on the loose.
This April,
What is this place?
Mass grave.
forget the trees. Forget the planet.
Hold your fire!
These are God's creatures!
Go ahead, fire.
Save yourself.
Nice puppies! Nice puppies! Nice!
Thomas Jane, Lucas Haas, Balthazar Argetti, Jamie King, Jason Mewes, and Paul Rubens.
Love violence!
From the warped mind of David Arquette.
What do you think he's after? Hippies.
On 420, prepare for a killer trip. The Tripper.
It's morning in America.
But I'm a Republican. If you don't leave, you will die!
All right, But this is a great movie. I keep talking about it. Jim Wynorski's an awesome director. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I'm always telling him, hey, we need this on Blu-ray along with the third movie in the series. And it's going to be Sorority House Massacre 2. The third movie I was talking about is Hard to Die, which is a great film in itself. Fucking Hochstetter and whatnot. Sorority House Massacre 2 really has nothing to do with Sorority House Massacre. But all the film rights are owned by Scream/Shout Factory. So if any of y'all are important that's watching it, give us a 2-pack or a box set or whatever you can. But this movie right here, what it is these sorority women are looking for a house and whatnot, and they find one, and the house ends up being haunted by someone who had killed their family years before. And the next door neighbor, I can't think of his name at the moment, but the actor who played him recently died within the last year or two. But he like overwatches the house and makes sure that the curse doesn't get brought up, and there was like a mismatched package or whatnot that brings the demon to life, or it's something along the lines of that. But this is really fun. A lot of nudity, a lot of titties. Check this one out. Unfortunately, this is extremely out of print, this one and the third one, and they go for about $100 each. I paid $200 for the second DVD. My wife does not know about this, so hopefully she doesn't watch this episode because she's going to be throwing a goddamn fit and whatnot. But Sorority House Massacre 2.
A house abandoned
We're gonna turn this into the best sorority house in school.
that holds a secret,
A Ouija board. Let's shake up the spirit world.
an evil that has resided for centuries and is about to be awakened.
Yes. And my dad said that nut was somehow in league with the devil.
Welcome to your new home.
Just another great fun movie from the early 2000s, and it's going to be Monster Man. Eric Jungleman, he was not another teen movie. Even Stevens, he was in The Faculty, I believe, just a little minor character and whatnot, but you're going to recognize him if you've seen him. He was also in Killer Pad, directed by Robert Englund. That was a fun movie. Anyway, he's going to this wedding of a girl that he's in love with, and his ex-best friend / roommate Harley, Justin Urich. You'd probably recognize him. He was in The Rage, Carrie 2, Serial Killing 101. I'm probably mismatching that with another one with a similar title. But he's a recognizable guy. He was in How High. That was another funny one. But like I said, they're going to this wedding, and the Harley character kind of sneaks in the back seat and whatnot, and they're mad at each other over something and whatnot, like I said. But they're on this back road trip, and there's somebody killing a lot of people that they encounter, and it's going to be this dude in a very creepy monster truck, played by Michael Bailey Smith, very recognizable himself. He was Super Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, The Dream Child. When he took his comic book form, he was in the remake, well, both remakes of The Hills Have Eyes. He had played Pluto, I believe, the one that was played by Michael Berryman in the original one from the 70s, but definitely recognizable. He's a 6'5" muscular fella. He was in the original Fantastic Four movie. I'm talking about the one from the early 90s. He's in all kind of cool shit. He was in Best of the Best 3. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's a cool fella. Definitely great movie. Amy Brooks is also in here. She was the teenage sister from Critters 3 that also had Leonardo DiCaprio. who recently we found out was on that damn Epstein thing. So if it is true that he is in here, you're a fucking rapist, sir. We don't like people who molest people or rape or anything to do with children. It's not cool. Fuck off. POS. This DVD, I believe, is out of print, but another country had put this out on Blu-ray. So if you have an all regions-free Blu-ray player and can find the Blu-ray, I would totally recommend getting it. Unfortunately, it's not streaming anywhere that I know of at this time. But if you can get your hands on a copy of Monster Man, please do so, and you will not be disappointed. I remember going to Blockbuster, and this was like a blind rent, and I ended up buying it because I loved it so much. And I thought this was like one of the coolest movies I've ever seen, especially in the early 2000s. 2003 was when it came out. So check it out, Monster Man.
To Betty Ann wedding.
Can't believe I let you come along on this trip.
All right, we stopped being pals over Betty Ann. This road trip I thought would be the trick.
Shut up.
How are these hillbillies ever gonna change unless someone points out how lame-ass they are?
Yeah, well, you totally pissed those people off. They looked like they were gonna pummel us.
Oh, man, for once, baby, you're right. I should have flipped them off.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Ooh, yeah.
Are you really a virgin?
Yeah.
Ran us off the road.
You really think he was trying to kill us?
I'm gonna get you.
I told you, officer, my friend and I were chased off the road by this huge, weird monster truck.
I think y'all are pulling some dang prank. I can't believe that she's more attracted to you than she is to me.
I love the way you touch me.
I promise you, by the end of this trip, she's gonna be mine.
That guy is gonna kill us.
This road is really creeping me out.
Guys, this town isn't even on the map. You sure you didn't take a wrong turn? Man, this whole trip is turning into a nightmare.
Oh, dude, I think you just ate somebody! You best not mosey along this road.
We're getting chased around by a madman. I saw the guy. He's a freak.
Good evening, Brand. This is not good! This is not good!
Next movie is going to be The Mutilator, also known as Fall Break. And the song plays a lot in the very beginning, and it is actually really cool and catchy. What it is this little boy's dad's birthday is the day or the day before or whatnot. So he's trying to clean his dad's gun and accidentally shoots the gun, who kills the mother. And it's this weird transition to so many years later where the boy's early 20s, late teens, and him and his dad somewhat has a relationship. And he calls him up just at a payphone at this restaurant and was like, hey, I want you to go clean up my little beach house. But the dad plans on killing off the son and all of his friends. This one's really cool. I know they've been working on a sequel, so I can't wait to watch that one. But The Mutilator, also known as Fall Break, beautiful transfer by Arrow Video. I believe this one is currently streaming on Amazon Prime, maybe on Shudder or whatnot. It was on Tubi. I think it's on YouTube. Definitely check this one out. This is a good 80s slasher movie, the golden age of the slasher movies. So, The Mutilator.
What do you say? 4 days of R&R at the beach. I'm in.
She's in. I'm in. Sounds good to me.
I got a bad feeling about this.
They thought their vacation would be fun. They were wrong. Dead wrong.
He's what's called a trophy hunter.
Bum 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 bum.
Dad used to tell me that he'd hunted everything but man.
Hey.
I'm coming to get you.
Ralph? Sue?
School was hell, but vacation was murder. The Mutilator.
So continuing with 80s Golden Age slashers, we're going to have Sweet 16. This one's a real fun one. And it stars Patrick McNee. He's kind of very recognizable. But Bo Hopkins. Everybody knows who Bo Hopkins is. He was in American Graffiti, A Crack in the Floor. That's a cheesy slasher movie from the early 2000s, so I'll say watch that one. And it's fucking AC Slater in it from Saved by the Bell. Yeah, good little slasher movie. And it's something to do with like this little 16-year-old girl going out with sleeping with all these men's and whatnot. And somebody eventually starts killing off all the men. Don Shanks, who was he had a small part in Silent Night, Deadly Night as just a father Santa Claus. And he played Michael Myers in part 5. So definitely check this one out, Sweet 16. I think the Blu-ray's out of print. I think the DVD is still able to get, but it's streaming on wherever you can find movies. I know I bought it on Amazon Prime for like $5, but I think it's on YouTube as well. So really fun, not so heard of slasher movies. Dana, if I'm not mistaken, she was in Friday the 13th Part 3. I think she was the main character, but she's in that one as well. But it's pretty much the town sheriff and his son and daughters trying to solve the mystery on who's killing off all these men that were sleeping with this little girl. Fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, everything coming full circle. If it's not true, Leonardo, do not fucking sue me. I'm just kidding. It's a YouTube show. Motherfucker. So Sweet 16, check it out.
You guys ever play with girls or just yourselves?
I bet a lot of people around here like to know you're into little girls.
Looked like the work of some kind of psychotic. That's Melissa. She was the last person to see Johnny alive.
Hurry up! I'm not swimming alone. God damn it! Open the door!
Hey, I'll leave when I'm ready, old man. You better call Billy and tell him about his brother.
I suppose this is about last night.
You know about last night? Don't you want to hear the details about how that poor old man was twitching from his ceiling because you decided you wanted a little attention?
I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, my God. You know, drop pills, you drink or smoke dope or anything?
Well, I do a little of everything.
Everything, ooh. Maybe we should get together sometime.
Something evil is here. Sweet 16. Rated R, 17, not admitted without parent.
Another very unheard of movie that not a lot of people that I know talk about, and it's gonna be Hide and Go Shriek. This is a really fun one. Takes place in like a 3-story furniture store, kind of like Freeman's Food and Furniture and whatnot. This one was from the late 80s, I think 1987-ish. And not a lot of people is recognizable from in here. I think Mike Barnes from Karate Kid, Part 3 is in here. He plays one of the main character's boyfriend, something like that. And these teenagers want to have like an all-night fuck fest and whatnot. So one of their daddies owned this mega furniture store, so they decide to kind of like chop him all, spend the night in the furniture store. But there's somebody going around starting killing off all the couples one by one. So this one's really fun. I know you could buy it for $10 streaming on Amazon Prime. It's worth it. I think both the Blu-ray and DVD is out of print, and it might even be streaming on YouTube. So Hide and Go Shriek.
It was their graduation party. A night for friends.
Hey, here's to 8 fabulous friends who got through high school and are gonna do great things!
You are gonna love making love. You'll never want to stop.
A night for love. A night for games.
Let's play hide and go seek. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I come, ready or not.
But someone else is playing a game with their lives.
Please, somebody.
Close your eyes, count to 10, and run for your life. Hide and Go Shriek. Coming soon.
Our next movie is probably going to be one of the better sequels I've ever seen, and in my opinion, one of the best sequels ever made. And it's going to be Psycho 2. I think this movie was written and directed by Tom Holland. Nope, written by Tom Holland, not directed by him. It was directed by Richard Franklin. This movie takes place 22 years, 23 years after the original Psycho. That one came out in 1960. This one came out in 1983. So 20 plus years later, Norman Bates is released from the mental asylum or whatever you want to call it. And he is to go back to everyday work. But the original actress from the first movie, Vera Miles, she was Marion Crane's sister. I can't think of her character's name, but she was the one that ends up solving the mystery with Sam Loomis and finding out that Norman Bates takes over as his mother's persona and whatnot, and they find the body in the fruit cellar. But anyway, he's released from the mental asylum, goes back to the base motel, but he works at the local diner, and Vera Miles' character fucks with him along with her daughter, Meg Tilly, Jennifer Tilly's sister. Very cool sequel, cool kills, very eerie atmosphere, and it does have a mystery within it. So definitely check this one out. Written by Tom Holland. Tom Holland is absolutely amazing. From the first Fright Night movie, from the original Child's Play, pretty much everything he puts his name on is just completely badass. And he plays a small part as a sheriff's deputy. So Psycho 2, you can find this one streaming pretty much anywhere. You might have to pay for it, so I'm apologizing for that, but I just paid $6.99 for it to get it on streaming on Amazon Prime. The Blu-ray still in print, Scream Factory. definitely check this one out. You can find it in pretty much any 4-pack with all the other Psycho movies. They even got one that includes the made-for-TV movie from the late 80s, Bates Motel. I'm not talking about the TV series, a made-for-TV movie that just didn't happen with Bud Cort. But Psycho 2 is going to be a childhood favorite of mine. I used to watch this movie all the goddamn time. I believe it takes place on Halloween. And it's going to be Hell Night from 1981. Linda Blair, Vincent Van Patten, fucking... what's his goddamn name? Peter Barton. He was in Friday the 13th, Part 4. But what it is these pledges, 2 males, 2 females, and they have to go spend the night in Garth Manor, which is like this abandoned mansion that's on this huge piece of property, and it's behind like this huge ass fence and gate and whatnot. But all the other fraternity brothers and whatnot, they kind of set it up to where they have like screams and holograms of ghosts. Very high tech for 1981. But this is a really fun slasher movie. It actually has a lot to it. It's not like one of the throwaway ones where they just made it to make money. Like the story and the characters, like it's all just interesting, and the kills are all pretty cool. I know you can watch this one right now on Shudder for Amazon Prime, and I think it is still streaming on YouTube for free. The Blu-ray is in print from Shout Factory, Screen Factory. Absolutely amazing. Check this one out. You will not be disappointed. Maybe if you're one of those people like, oh, I don't like to go back and watch 80s movies because they're old, well, they're new to you, goddammit, if you hadn't fucking watched it. It might be a little slower, but once the ball gets rolling, it's rolling like Indiana Jones. So check this one out. Hell Night. You will enjoy. So that was 10 very underrated slasher movies in my opinion. If you haven't seen them, please check them out, and I hope you enjoy. That's one of the main missions of the last video store, is to keep all these lost, unknown movies alive for generations to come. And I hope you enjoy the show. Like I said, I'm Bud Haddonfield. This is the last video store. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Hello friends, it's Jim O'Rear. The last video store contacted me and said they were going to be doing a thing about one of my films, Camp Massacre, that I was an actor and director and producer on. And I thought I would give you just a couple of fun little facts about it in case you didn't know. Camp Massacre was originally filmed under the title Fat Chance. It was a story where we wanted to combine The Biggest Loser reality show with Friday the 13th and just make a ridiculous, campy, silly horror film that had a bunch of comedy in it. And the distributors actually changed the name to Camp Massacre because they didn't think people would get Fat Chance as being funny or even a film that somebody would buy. So they thought that changing it to Camp Massacre would be advantageous for sales. It was not. No, it just confused people. People got Camp Massacre and they thought they were getting something that they weren't. Now, it was shot way out in the backwoods of Alabama in a cabin, and the cast and crew lived there. They all slept there and bonded and lived in the conditions that you see them living in the film, cut off from cell phones and everything. So they could have very well been slaughtered in the woods and no one would have known. And another cool little fact is the guy that plays the producer in the movie of the game show that they're playing, he is played by Dick Warlock, who is most known as playing Michael Myers in Halloween 2. Although he is Hollywood royalty in the stunt community, doing stunts for Jaws and The Thing and Halloween 3 and pretty much every Disney movie that Kurt Russell was in. And he's been around forever, stunt royalty. And Camp Massacre was the very first time he ever tried acting as a character with actual lines and things like that. So he was very, very nervous about doing it, but we think he did a great job. So anyway, I want to thank Last Video Store for contacting me and being interested in Camp Massacre, and make sure you check out the Last Video Store.
Manifested Michael Myers are the heroes of my past. Now the media is dying. Chucky and the zombies now all up in cemetery. So bring me back those. I wanna come back to those times when all movies were so scary. I blow red light.